Hello and welcome to Clearview Television. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. A 12-year-old secondary school boy in Lagos reportedly beaten to death for refusing to join a cult group in his school. Nigerians condemn bandits' directive to shut down churches in Zamfara state, tell federal government to wade in before it escalates to other northern states, as was the case with Sharia law. President Muhammadu Buhari and his South African counterpart Cyril Ramaphosa meet in Abuja amidst scare of COVID-19 variant Omicron. I am Prudence Sokona with the details of these and more stories. A 12-year-old secondary school boy, Sylvester Romoni Jr., has reportedly been beaten to death for refusing to join a cult group. He was a student of Dowen College, Lekki Phase 1, Lagos, which costs over 1 million naira per term. The boy was said to have been badly battered last Friday, but died on Tuesday, November 30, 2021. Sylvester's relative, identified as Perry, wrote on his Twitter page with a picture of his cousin saying, "My 12-year-old cousin was beaten to death at the school that cost over 1 million naira. They tried to put him in a cult and they killed him." However, Dowen College called Sylvester Oromoni the deceased father, a Delta State politician, and said he sustained injuries while playing football in school. But the hospital denied the claims, confirming that he was being pulled and beaten up, causing internal damages after a series of tests and x-rays. According to Perry, the cousin of the deceased, before Sylvester's untimely demise, he reportedly said the school's cult members had been pressuring him to join a cult and threatened to kill him if he reported them. Perry wrote on his social media page that his cousin mentioned names before he died. He wrote, and we quote, "Anybody that can kill me should kill me now. My brother won't die for nothing. Anslem, Temile, Michael Kashamu, and Benjamin Favor, and Dowen College. Just know that he called your names before he died. You will all pay with your lives." End of quote. To commemorate the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, the National Center for Women Development on Tuesday in Abuja held a sensitization program for a group of students drawn from secondary schools in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Clearview TV's Mercy Eke reports that the sensitization session centered on how the youths can steer clear of getting entangled in the consequences of gender-based violence.
Sexual and gender-based violence (SGBV) remains a recurring decimal in Nigeria. Indeed, the Nigerian Demographic and Health Survey (NDHS) report of 2018 revealed that 30% of girls and women aged between 15 and 49 years have experienced sexual abuse. The situation has been worsened by the insecurity in Nigeria's northeast and the COVID-19 pandemic that have served to highlight the depth of the problem. For the DG NCWD, Dr. Sabi Velita, the sensitization of the youth, particularly the female, who are most often the victims of sexual and gender-based violence, holds the key to reversing the bad situation.
We don't want our men or our society to take the issue of tradition to put the woman behind. Allow the women to exhibit their potentials when it comes to economic growth. That is what we are saying. When we go home, we all know that the men are the heads of the family, and we appreciate them. Men are our fathers, they are our brothers, they are our sons. Every woman will have to have a male child because in every society, the men are the heads of the family.
Some of the students who benefited from the sensitization program speak on how enlightened they have become.
You should treat ladies with respect. You can't call a lady names behind her back. You can't hit a lady, even if she's wrong. You can talk to her. Sometimes maybe if you're angry, you can yell, but not to an extent where she feels bad. about herself and bad about her sexuality. The woman can be anything that she wants. She can be the one bringing in the income. She can be the one who stays at home to take care of the children. It doesn't matter. So this program has helped in so many levels to show us that we as students and we as adults have to be enlightened about these kind of things, not to go the other way. So this is helping us to learn more about gender and sexual and sex.
Using this information, I can start from my home, from my sisters, and I can tell them how they can stand courageously, and they can also tell others, make their friends aware of it. And yes, my environment, I can also get them enlightened.
The 16th Day of Activism Against Gender-Based Violence is a 30-year-old annual international campaign that kicks off on the 25th of November, the International Day for Elimination of Violence Against Women, and runs until the 10th of December, Human Rights Day. It was launched by the Center for Women's Global Leadership at the inaugural Women's Global Leadership Institute in 1991 and is possibly the most widely recognized and longest-running campaign for women's rights in the world. The date for the campaign was chosen to link violence against women and human rights to highlight the fact that gender-based violence against women is a violation of human rights. Mercy AK reporting for Clearview Television.
A healthcare body, Pathfinder International, in collaboration with the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, and the Network of People Living with HIV/AIDS on Tuesday organized a roundtable discussion to chart a way forward on the role government, institutions, organizations, and individuals in promoting better living conditions for people living with HIV/AIDS. Clearview TV's Florence Joshua reports that the event was part of the activities to mark the 2021 World AIDS Day, whose theme is End Inequalities and AIDS and Pandemics.
Every 1st December, the world commemorates World AIDS Day. The day is usually set aside to create public awareness and show support to people living with the HIV/AIDS virus. Founded in 1988, the World AIDS Day is the first ever international day for drawing public attention to global health issues. A recent study ranks Nigeria as the country with the highest number of people living with HIV/AIDS. According to the National Agency for the Control of AIDS, NACA, 48 out of 1,000 persons selected at random across Nigeria are living with HIV/AIDS. Realizing the importance of using such a day to create awareness and educate the young people living with the virus, an advocacy and healthcare organization, Pathfinder International, seized the occasion to stress the importance of abstinence or adopting safe sex methods, especially the use of female condoms, though not yet popular in Nigeria.
We hope that at the end of today, we would have discussed so much and we would have brainstormed on avenues and ways to ensure that the AIDS pandemic as well as reproductive health issues become a thing of the past in Nigeria.
That's why we are gathered here today to look at how we can provide information and healthcare services, especially HIV testing service and counseling, to young people who might not be able to afford these services elsewhere.
Some stakeholders present at the event speak further on the need for such regular awareness, given their impact on the lives of Nigerians.
HIV is real, using some of ourselves as examples, so that you that is not infected should not be infected. And how do you remain uninfected is by going to run your HIV status and to abstain from the modes of transmission.
And that funding is flatlining. So our challenge is with funding, and we expect the government, domestic resources to fill in that gap.
33 years after it came into being, the World AIDS Day remains as relevant today as ever, as it continues to remind people and governments that HIV has not gone away yet. Consequently, there's still a critical need for increased funding for HIV and AIDS response to end the associated stigma and discrimination with a view to improve the life of people living with the HIV virus. Florence Joshua, reporting for Clearview Television.
Is Nigeria still a multi-religious society? This question has become more compelling as Christians in northern Nigeria, especially in Zamfara State, have been issued a 3-year ultimatum to shut down all churches in the state or risk attack. Following the threat, Clearview TV's Emil Fonokon spoke with some Muslims and Christians who all called for swift intervention by the federal government to forestall a likely escalation to other northern parts of the country, with dire consequences for the continued existence of the Nigerian Federation.
A group of bandits has written to the Christian community in Zamfara State, northwest Nigeria, asking it to shut down all churches in the state or risk attacks. Report has it that some churches have already been listed for attacks between now and the end of December this year. Churches that will be attacked, according to the group, are located on the outskirts of the state capital, Gusau, and other local government areas. The threat has raised concerns among Nigerians on the provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended, which provides for freedom of worship. Flowing from this, the question agitating the minds of many Nigerians is, how right is it for bandits to ask Christians out of Zamfara State or any part of the country?
If they achieve that, it will lead to a lot of things. Not just the north, it will consume the whole nation. And we have, I will not say we, there's a government on ground who doesn't care what happens to the people. So it is for the people to defend themselves.
What I am saying, they have a mind of stopping Christianity in the nation. There was a rumor sometime that they want to Islamize Nigeria. And I can see that if it starts from there, like that, then gradually they would like to take over the whole country.
It's a very critical issue, and this issue is not least, maybe it can even cause the flame of this country if action was not being taken, because this is not an part of issue that we need in this our nation. We are facing so many challenges in this our nation.
It is not right for any group whatsoever, okay, to shut down churches. And if it is allowed, of course, it will escalate and it's going to be a problem in the country.
Some Abuja residents who also reacted to the issue expressed fear that if bandits succeed in their threats, other states could be asked to follow suit, as it was the case with the introduction of the Sharia law, which incidentally started from Zamfara State. They are therefore pleading with the federal government to wade into the matter before it gets out of hand.
Really, if it affect, if you look at the mirror of how this thing has happened with Talibans, how they take it is like play, but now they are Islamatizing everything from there. So government have to work on that.
What we need to be done is we need to stand our ground and know our right.
So the government has the responsibility not to allow a group to be so strong to the extent of giving such mandate. It shouldn't be allowed at all. Freedom of worship is very important.
As part of the precautionary measures being put in place, the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, in Zamfara State has directed all churches not to hold church activities beyond 5 p.m. local time for the next 3 months. Similarly, the spokesperson for the Zamfara State Police Command, Mohammed Shehu, said a special squad has been created by the Commissioner of Police to patrol and protect worshippers, especially on Sundays. Despite these measures, reports say some Christians are contemplating leaving Zamfara State for several areas in the country. Imefon Okon reporting for Clearview Television.
You're watching Clearview Television News. More stories to come after this break.
Listen to this truth. We are growing by the day, and our viewership keeps growing on our different platforms. We are inviting you to advertise your goods and services with us at incredibly low rates. And do you have news for us? Script or video? Please contact us through our email address, clearviewnewsroom@gmail.com, or WhatsApp line 080-650-30-300. Again, 080-650-30-300. Welcome on board.
You're welcome back. Members of the All Progressives Congress APC in Obonicha ward of Ofu local government area of Kogi State have distanced themselves from Mustafa Mona Audu and some other individuals parading themselves under a group called Progressive Youth Movement PYM, in complete disregard of the directive of the National Caretaker Committee of the APC. Briefing journalists in Lokoja, the state capital, the APC chairman in Obonicha ward, Peter Onoja, said such a group does not exist in the party and gave reasons why Mona Audu also ceased to be a member of the APC.
We congratulate him for his unalloyed display of diaphanous and coruscating leadership, and his sui generis ability, his uncommon capacity to be able to equilibrate divergent political interests into an harmonious, salubrious political armada, which itself is a needed tool that it can deploy for the further transformational agenda to continuously change the Kogi political socio-economic narrative.
Onoja deplored in strong terms the unwarranted and unlawful attack on the May Malabuni-led National Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee, whose legitimacy has since been confirmed by the judgment of the Supreme Court. He declared unflinching support and loyalty to the Buni-led Caretaker Committee of the party.
Mr. Chairman, I want to assure you that we, the party in the state, under my leadership as the state chairman, the custodian of this party in the state, will do everything possible to give you maximum support in carrying out your assignment.
According to Onoja, Mustafa Mona Audu had at a news conference in Abuja on Monday, November 29, 2021, claimed to have set up a parallel caretaker committee of the APC party under an unknown platform called Progressive Youth Movement, PYM. As part of efforts geared towards diversifying Nigeria's economy to achieve economic growth and development, the federal government has restated its commitment to repositioning Nigeria's non-oil exports to improve the country's export profile. In an interaction with journalists in Abuja, the newly appointed Executive Director, Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Export Promotion Council, NEPC, Dr. Ezra Yakusak, made it clear that his leadership will go all out to increase Nigeria's internally generated revenue through non-oil exports. Clearview TV's Gloria Atana completes the report.
Speaking during his inauguration on Monday at the Nigerian Export Promotion Council's headquarters in Abuja, the new executive director Ezra Yakusak pledged to tackle the numerous challenges bedeviling non-oil exporters in the country. He pointed out that one of the prominent challenges facing exporters is the rejection of Nigerian exported products in foreign countries. Yakusak, however, assured that the council under his watch will put a stop to the trend through capacity building for exporters and the enforcement of product certifications.
The delay in exports is affecting our economy, one way or the other. It's actually affecting our economy because once there's an export contract and the buyer out there or the importer out there is waiting for goods and those goods cannot be delivered as at when due, there's a problem. So it's affecting our economy, it's affecting our nation, and it's affecting the image of our nation. So due is a key project that we have to continue. Our exporters go there, their goods are rejected. For several reasons. So what we're going to do is to ensure that the capacity of exporters is properly built. And we'll do that by way of certification. For them to get the appropriate certification, that's HACCP, kosher, halal, and other certifications. And of course, packaging is a key thing. We cannot struggle here in export promotion, and we are working hard, and our goods are being rejected out there. So we'll look at those issues, militating export, and we'll run with it.
Yakusak's inauguration is in line with the directive given by President Muhammadu Buhari in October when he appointed him as the new Executive Director, Nigerian Export Promotion Council. His appointment takes effect from November 27, 2021. Yakusak will be taking over from Olusegun Awolowo. Until his appointment, Yakusak, who holds a PhD in commercial law from the Ahmadu Bello University, was the Director of Policy and Strategy, Nigerian Export Promotion Council. He has also served as secretary to the governing board of the council. Gloria Atta reporting for Clearview Television.
Maybe all hope is not lost for fans of power couple Kanye West and his ex-wife Kim Kardashian, as the estranged couple kept a united front at the tribute ceremony organized for the late fashion designer Virgil Abloh. Let's now join Gloria Atta for details of these and more on our entertainment segment.
Welcome to December, guys, and welcome to our entertainment segment where we get to bring you juicy stories from the entertainment industry. I am Gloria Atta. Stay with me. Guess who were among those present at the tribute ceremony held for the late fashion designer Virgil Abloh? American rapper Kanye West and his estranged wife Kim Kardashian. The estranged couple kept a united front at the event as they showed up with their first daughter Northwest, where they paid tribute to the late creative director at his Spring-Summer 2022 collection in Miami yesterday. We all hope this power couple get back together. Wizkid has been announced as the winner of the Artist of the Year for African category in the Apple Music Awards 2021. Apple Music gave the announcement on its website on Tuesday. The Apple Music Awards honor achievements in music across 5 distinct categories: Artist of the Year, Songwriter of the Year, Breakthrough Artist of the Year, Top Song of the Year, and Top Album of the Year. And the winners are chosen through a process that reflects both Apple Music's editorial perspective and what customers around the world are listening to the most. This is another big win for Big Wiz. Nigeria to the world, I'm back. Millionaire businessman Obi Cubana has declared 2021 as his best year ever despite the challenges he faced in November. Obi Cubana, who was recently dubbed the 2021 Man of the Year by Nigerians, made this assertion while sharing loved-up photos with his wife Ebele on his official Instagram page. November was indeed a challenging month for the businessman. Recall that he was arrested by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) over alleged money laundering and tax fraud and spent 3 days in their custody. Shortly after his release, he was in the news again after a female clubber died at his club in Abuja. Well, as they say, tough times never last, though tough people do. I love the 100 positive vibes he's giving us. Abia-born actor Bright Okpocha, popularly known as Basket Mouth, wants to know the possibility of changing his state of origin in Nigeria, owing to the deplorable state of roads in Abia, his home state, especially Aba. Hey, you go know be Uncle Basket Mouth. They said there is no place like home. Nigerian veteran actress Ibina Bo Fibrous-Man is set to make her much-awaited return to the screens after some time away from the lights, camera, and action. The former Actors Guild of Nigeria President AGN recently shared images from her latest project, which will see her embody the role of Millie Slessor, the Scottish Presbyterian missionary who stopped the killing of twin children and fought for the rights of women. I can't wait for the movie already. Okay guys, that's all we get to take on our entertainment segment today. I am Gloria Atta. Over to you, Prudence.
Thank you, Gloria. And moving on, President Muhammadu Buhari this Wednesday hosted his South African counterpart Cyril Ramaphosa in the presidential villa Abuja. Ramaphosa, who is on a 2-day official visit to Nigeria, was received at the forecourt of the presidential villa by President Muhammadu Buhari before the two leaders went into a closed-door bilateral talks. President Muhammadu Buhari used the visit to call for a stronger people-to-people relations between South Africa and Nigeria so as to evolve a bond that will be of benefit to both countries.
We have now come to the end of a very successful state visit and the 10th session of the Nigeria-South Africa Binational Commission. despite the scare generated by the new coronavirus variant, we have been able to hold successful meetings while observing strict coronavirus protocols through fraternal cooperation and understanding. I sincerely wish to thank my brother and colleague, President Cyril Ramaphosa, for honoring my invitation.
I think it is important that I emphasize this in the light of the discovery by South African scientists of the Omicron variant of the coronavirus and the subsequent imposition of extremely harsh and unfair travel restrictions on flights from and to South Africa, as well as on a number of other African countries. President Buhari, the solidarity expressed by yourself and the government of Nigeria sends the strongest message. It says that as African countries, we are standing united against the imposition of arbitrary and discriminatory restrictions that are not only unscientific, but counterproductive in the long run.
That'll be all, but before we go, look at our top stories. A 12-year-old secondary school boy, Sylvester Romani Jr., has reportedly been beaten to death for refusing to join a cult group. He was a student of Dowen College, Lekki Phase 1, Lagos. Nigerians have called to question the directive by bandits to shut down churches in Zamfara State, with an appeal to the federal government to wade in before the ill-advised directive spreads to other northern states, as was the case with the adoption of the Sharia law. President Muhammadu Buhari and his South African counterpart Cyril Ramaphosa had met in Abuja amidst the scare of COVID-19 variant Omicron. The two top African leaders signed new memoranda of understanding between their two countries and reviewed the progress and prosperity of their citizens. Remember to like us on Facebook at Clearview Television, follow us on Twitter at Clearview Online, follow us on Instagram at ClearviewTV_NG. Also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Clearview TV. I am Prudence Okonna. Many thanks for joining us.